and he's also going to be saving up that battery and deploying that battery to try to defend as much as possible. Well, welcome along, everybody, here to the Jewel of the Crown of the Formula One tracks. This is round 3 of the Tier 3 Season X here at Monte Carlo Grand Prix, the Monaco Grand Prix, the one that's bumpy, dusty, and those walls take absolutely no prisoners. And if that was walls, if that's not enough, the drivers must make almost 2,000 gear changes during the race. It's the oldest Formula One racing track, one of, and the event was first held back here in 1929. Ayrton Senna has won this Grand Prix 6 times in a row and holds the record. I am the Biggles. Joining me in the commentary box for the first time here is Mr. Boosted. Welcome to Monte Carlo. How is that 2S Formula One multi-million-dollar yacht treating you? Whoa, as you watch the Tranquillo basically just get all wrong through the Noval chicane. Yeah, sorry.
Barely into the session here. We've already got yellow flags popping up left, right, and centre as people struggle to get to grips with this track. As you say, quite a beast to try and tame. Corners everywhere, walls right at the track side. There's really no room for error whatsoever.
Yeah, there's not. Oh, I'm seeing a car completely stopped on track too. I might have to depart. Oh, because I just got a message to say that there's something that I need to do, that I need to pick up and come back and stuff. So that's in about 40 minutes time from now. So that will definitely be invading some of this race. I'm seeing a car completely stopped on track right now. I don't know if it's working for you. That car in P7. I think we might have, disqualified. That's a disconnection issue. I did see we're migrating host. So we may very well have a lobby glitch. I don't know if you want to confirm that out there in anything happening in Discord. And welcome anybody in the YouTube can let us know. Because I'm seeing some errors of stuff coming up there. There's checkered flags for drivers. We had a car disqualified for parking too long, and that's it. I've been kicked from the session.
Yep, likewise. Yep.
Yeah.
So we will be restarting this as soon as we can.
Yep. We'll keep with you guys for a second. We won't go back to the starting soon screen, so we could talk about stuff. Just so you can getting to know your lobby restart. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I kind of realized that when, and it would be unfortunate when it's also a bit of a bug in the game too. That if you get a disconnection or something, the car stops completely on the track. And then when the driver's obviously trying to get back into control of the car, but then the AI says, well, you're disqualified for parking too long. And then that's it. So it's unfortunate.
It's a strange one. I've never actually encountered that bug myself before, but yeah, very bizarre how it was actually 2 drivers I noticed stopped dead on track. I wasn't sure if it was perhaps a like a ghosting disconnection issue that you sometimes get, where one driver's shown in one place for one person but not in another. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, that, but hopefully get underway soon.
Yes.
I was really much looking forward to that one.
How is your internet, by the way? Is there a way that you can you share the game to me? Because if I do have to step away, perhaps what I can do is just throw up your Discord.
I can.
We could try it.
Stream it to you. I can try it.
Yeah,
See,
I mean,
if I disappear or crash out, then you know what's happened.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, if I have to go, I'd rather just have something on the stream and not nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be gone for about 10 minutes, 20 minutes max. But if we can pull something up, that would be good. I mean, I have to set it up now while we're waiting. That's why not, you know? What I'll do is I'll do I'll just call it capture. So bear with us, guys. We'll do it all live here. Why not? It's not really it's not really professional, but hey, this is how you roll, okay? This is live entertainment. There is no way of getting all this perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just try to capture your source here. And that way, you might have to do a bit of, as I said, commentating by yourself, but at least, that's not where we are. At least some of the viewers out there will have something. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I always say that. Better something than nothing. So let me work this out for a second.
Something like a bit of improv to get you going in an evening.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, I think I need one of these things. My apologies. I am going to
the lobby is being reset as we speak. Looks like it's going to be dry settings all around, because that's what the previous lobby was before we all crashed out.
Okay.
The drivers get themselves ready and sort themselves out. Yep.
You are right on that one. So now I have to do a cropping of this. We don't want to capture the cursor. No. Now I'm going to work on this. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Yep, as Wimpy says, it most certainly is yeet time. That will delayed by a few minutes, but yeah.
Yeah, thankfully we didn't go through the whole qualifying session, Bob. That would have been not very nice. And then, having that error of having to restart the lobby and then do all that sort of jazz, that's always a pain, isn't it? Hey, I've almost done this. Yeah. Look at that. Jeez, I must be getting so used to this that I even know how to do it. I even know how many cropping measurements there are. That kind of looks... Oh, I'm missing a little bit from the top there. Okay, so top will be, say, 280.
Yeah, I don't think I'm actually currently live on the YouTube stream, so let me just fix that. There we go.
I think I almost got it. Oh, there is a little bit missing from the top. $220.
Cool. So we are loading in now, as you can see. 4 seconds to go. 3 seconds. A little bit of a load time, and hopefully be back underway once more.
Excellent. There it is. So you're actually looking at... Let me full screen it. That's yours. Hey, I could even put the overlay in too. How's that? We can do everything here. 2 screens. Brilliant. So that's mine, and there's yours. Actually, not that bad. A little bit off. A little bit off, guys. But how's that? I'm just organizing a backup because I have to do. I'll have to leave in about 30 minutes probably now. So yeah, but I'll be back. And well, I think yours looks pretty good. We'll check it out actually before we go into it.
I thought there'd be a bit more of a quality drop, but no, it seems to be going okay. Yeah. Of course, it's essentially a recording of a recording, isn't it? So
yeah, exactly. This is a lot better. I'm seeing people in pits when the tires are in there, so it doesn't look like the lag glitches are there as much as what they had before. Yeah, good idea. Put the track map on. I always forget to do that. I have the telemetry on sometimes during the qualifying like you have, but I don't do it during the race because there are engineers out there listening. So they do report the DRS battery to the other drivers. Kind of gives you a bit of an indication.
That's a good point, isn't it? Yeah, maybe we should. Let's not have that.
Well, you could have it during the qualifying because it doesn't really give anybody an advantage. But during the race, I'm just watching the stream. We're watching yours. So currently at the moment, Boosted is sharing his screen to me, and that's currently what you are seeing on the stream. I'm just trying to see if the frame rate's okay, if it works enough. It might be a little glitchy, and if you can actually reduce it is a little laggy. I think you can reduce the frame rate, the quality. So you might have it on 1080. You can actually just...
I have got it on 1080.
Right-click and do 720. I think that'll just make it better at that point.
So.
And we'll see if that gets any better. You have to unpause the stream or something.
That should be 720 now.
Okay. I think it's a little bit better, guys. Anyway, it's only a temporary thing. We'll go back to my stream for now. So welcome back to another qualifying session here in Monte Carlo. We didn't have one just yet, so that was quite good, I guess, too, for the Ferrari driver, Tranquillo, who I was on board last time, that binned it out of the Noble chicane. So he gets another second chance. Unless that was actually probably just a lag glitch anyway.
Quite possible, right enough, but yeah, at least everybody gets another run now. There was a few guys on track at the time. I think there was a couple of yellow flags as well. Some people losing wings already. So yeah, all those guys get another life.
Yeah, they get either ways. If you do bin it, you may very well be out on that 2S multi-million-dollar yacht there eating ice cream.
So just having a look around already. Quite a busy track already then. Guys quite keen to get out and get their first banker laps in. Just a few guys already invalidating and struggling on the last corner there as well. It's already damage to Pineapple's car as he comes back into the pits. But he has clipped the wall somewhere.
It's good to see him in the closest coloured Pineapple. Oh, yeah. Tranquillo just did almost a Michael Schumacher, I think it was. Into the... where was it? Adeportia. Yeah, Adeportia into the tunnel. That tends to happen.
So graphical glitch that keeps popping up for me at the minute on this track is on the entrance to the tunnel.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Incredibly light. It's very strange.
The cars start glowing. You're exactly right. It's the same thing with me too.
And let me tell you, it's very off-putting when you're driving as well, because you see that every single time. There's a Aston Martin. I think that's Pixel has obliterated his front wing somewhere towards the end of the lap.
Oh, I'm just watching Owen with the Red Bull. He was going quick, and that was one of the McLarens that got in his way a little bit. Owen still sets that time, but he was definitely held up a little bit by the McLaren. Now, and he's trying to run over the carbon fiber of that car. That's a Mercedes climbing up the hill. Yeah, well, guess what? McLaren are the most successful team around Monaco. But it's just been held up by one. Oh, and it's been held up by another car. It should be an outlap. Wow, that's traffic all over the place at the moment, guys.
Unusual to see Pixel still out there, missing his front wing. He damaged that wing and lost it actually in the swimming pool area. Well, towards the third sector of the lap there, just coming around to back. And interesting to see that he chose not to pit after that. He decided to complete his lap with no wing, so he's paying for that now as he's slowly limping his way back around to get into the pits. Yeah,
no traction, heavy on the brakes into Noble Chicane. That's got to get out of people's way. Some of the other drivers are on flying laps or not, just trying to see sometimes. I think we've got at the moment down to Corsa has just hit the wall. The McLaren driver, of course, and he's lost his front wing. So, yeah, I hope that these drivers have packed, or the teams have packed, a lot of spare front wings in their suitcase this weekend because you're going to need them.
The interesting point to note as well, the fastest times that are currently on the board are set on medium tyres. So
you're right.
That's an interesting situation. Normally you'd expect the softs to go quite a bit quicker here.
Well, you imagine what times that they could do once they get on those softs. I just try to see, because some of the drivers are invalidating. A lot of drivers get front wing changes. I don't see anybody really on a flyer right yet. Here we go. We'll maybe go back to the Alpine driver of Tilde. If I get that one correctly. I wonder if he should have to put a tilde in his name. And the tilde is that little, you get tilde in Spanish.
Yeah, it's interesting. An interesting name. He gets called all sorts. Tilde. I call him Tilde.
Yeah, Tilde. There's the light up glitch. Just go through the tunnel. Now, down to Noble Chicane. This is one you want to get right. You can easily invalidate. You want to get as close as you can to that left-hand wall and then cut this. And that's the classic cut 101. A little bit too much. Gonna have to do another lap. Back to the McLaren driver in P9. That's Mr. Pineapple. I'm sure he would have loved to be in the old Renault livery instead of the blue. Would have worked out for him.
Would have suited. A few guys in chat. Hello, Tipsy and Vito. Boys are having a good time.
Hey, g'day, guys. Oh, another invalidation too. So, then the McLaren driver just could not get it through that Noble Chicane. They want to push for time, but they get punished too much. The game just that's like one of the crucial places. Also, the first turn as well. Pretty much the rest of them is hard to invalidate, right? Invalidate. Even the swimming pool complex is not something that's that easy to invalidate.
Another yellow flag just at the entrance of the tunnel there. I suspect that's possibly just guys jumping out the way from one another.
It's Tranquilo. Yeah, he's getting out of the way. I was just on board with him because I was just seeing if he's going to start a flying lap. But I think he just letting one of the drivers up ahead go through. But I don't think that's McLaren. That's the Red Bull. And the Red Bull's also trying to let him. He's got no front wing anyway. Tranquilo. That's the reason why. Here we go. So, guys, I'm trying to catch up with all this entertainment that's going on. Back in P16, Alexandra in the Williams. He's on a flyer. Not a lot of lap times in just yet, guys. It's only eight of drivers who've got lap times in, and now he's got traffic. Oh! The Williams had to avoid traffic. He's also avoided a Red Bull. He's got a purple second sector with that traffic. Can he hook up the final corner here? And can he get a Williams up the top of the grid? That would not be that crazy these days. And there's your P2 for a Williams. When's the last time you heard that? During qualifying.
Unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah, what a jump.
And with traffic, he had a lot of traffic in the third sector. A lot. He avoided it. He got a big power slide out of one of those corners because he had to. So he's got much more pace in the tanker of that Williams. So what a fantastic drive for Alexander.
See what a difference these soft tyres make, although it's still not enough to push Owen off that P1 spot right now. He still has that 1:09 flat near enough. I wonder if we're going to see anyone breaking into the 1:08s today.
I would say so for sure, because I think Alexander had more pace. I think Owen had more pace. I think Owen also had traffic. That's the thing. Because at the moment, there are a lot of cars on track you can see. There's 10 minutes of qualifying. This is all about finding a gap because these drivers are making mistakes. Obviously, it's Monaco. The walls come out and bite you, just exactly what was mentioned. They do. The walls are very naughty here. They take no prisoners. And obviously somebody's losing a front wing. There's a bit of carbon fiber on the track. Then they have to try to get out of the way of some of these guys that are on flyers. So, yeah, it's a challenge to find the right gap in the right moment. And, of course, too, towards the end, as the track starts to grip in a little bit, we're going to find a little bit more time. That's when you're going to also find another 16 cars out on track.
A busy track here can be quite a bit of misery for a lot of drivers. It's very tight. It's really difficult to pass. Qualifying absolutely crucial. You want half a chance of doing well in the race, you need to have a good qualifying start to give you a good head start.
Going down to the Red Bull of Danny. Now he's about to set his first lap. If he could just get through Las Rascas and the final corner here with that little DRS. It won't do a lot, but he's in the bus line, crossing the line right now. What was the Red Bull's time be? It's only 11th, so he needs to find more there on the soft tyres too.
He's usually a bit quicker than that normally, so I wonder if he's maybe come across some traffic or something as he's made his lap.
Very possible. Tilde, the Alpine driver, or Tide, Tilde, whatever it is, he's going to set his time finally now with keeping the front wing attached. He'll go to P7. That's not a bad banker. You know he got more in there, but you want to get a time on the board. Neon now. Back at... Oh! Neon looked like he just hit his teammate. I just went on board the Haas driver. He was on a flying lap, and he's had to slow off big time. I don't know if he got any damage from that, but... Yes, naughty boys at the Haas team. He might be okay to start another one if he has fuel in there. It's not as punishing on tyres, Monte Carlo, is it, as some of the other tracks?
No, I don't think it is. I mean, in some of the practice sessions we've been doing, well, some of the ones I've been involved in, I've been trying to run even on hard tyres on here. It's near impossible, so I would say that's the hard tyre is the one definitely to avoid if you can. If you can make it to the end of the soft medium, then that's definitely the way to go. Hard tyres are quite horrible, and if this track, compared to last year as well, feels quite a bit more sort of slidey. You're driving on ice almost a bit more than you were previous seasons, and of course, add to that the curbs are a bit more savage this year as well. So yeah, I mean, you have a lot to worry about here. Grip levels, walls, curbs, it's all in here.
Yeah, well, of course needs to worry about it because he's out of the session. I think he's damaged somewhere. But we're on board with Neon, trying to set a better time for the Haas there after he had a little bit of a tangle with his teammate. But he's back on track, but he's just traffic up ahead as it goes through the swimming complex. Hold your breath. Hang on tight. It feels damn good when you hook that one up. It feels horrible when you hit the wall at 300 kilometers an hour. There is traffic up ahead. Will that be out of his way? I think it will be. That's Sir Williams. He doesn't have to worry about that unless Sir Williams make a mistake. No, he doesn't. This Neon's going to improve on his lap, but how much will he improve by? We'll find out right there. Whoa!
Whoa, to the top.
Provisional pole. Wow. Oh, and there's Sir Williams spun around too, so got out of the way, but he was probably like, that's okay, mate. I already got my fastest lap in, so yep. There you go. There's your question answered. He's in the 108s.
A bit of a tactical swap at the top there as well. As you see, Owen is out on soft tyres right now, or he was. He set a lap on those earlier on. I think he's going for another lap. He invalidated his first run. And Alexander, who was in provisional second at the time, switched to mediums. He's now trying to see if he can improve that lap as well. An interesting clash of strategies, actually. If you can qualify with mediums and start on the mediums, I wonder if that's going to give you the edge. I mean, certainly if you're at the very front, that would help a lot because you can stay clear of all the carnage, but
well,
I thought that qualifying on softs would be better in case you're tangled up in that.
Alexander in the Williams, I was going board with him. He was the fastest man through the first sector on those medium tyres, but there was a whole bunch of, there was an accident up ahead and he just had to back off, and that was unfortunate. So he may have even more pace in there on those medium tyres. And if you look at that gap, that's just almost 4/10 to the softs. Now, realistically, aren't they about half a second or 6/10 really between the mediums and the softs? Hey guys in the Twitch chat, I am kind of ignoring you for a second, try to keep up with all the action that's going on, but I will be reading. Don't worry about that. I like you guys in the Twitch chat, you know. I kind of like you guys hanging out, so please do.
A lot of guys coming back into the pits now. There's not a lot of time left in this qualifying session now, so we're going to start getting into the closing stages now. People will be getting ready to go for their final push laps.
Yeah, it's a clear track. We've seen traffic here. So this is great opportunity, I have to say, too, as for Kilretti is at, I think, in number 8, and currently P8, the AlphaTauri. He's warming up his tyres like crazy, so he's going to get ready for his flying lap. And this is probably a good time, too, because there are only about 3 or 4 cars out on track. So this track will be all yours.
Yep, it's going to get very busy very quickly in the next minute or so as everybody tries to come out and take advantage of that track evolution.
Here we go. So this is it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got a little bit of traffic up ahead that's really in the second sector almost, and he's in the first. Let's go on board with the AlphaTauri. You can give us a hot lap guide.
Yeah, making his way up the hill here. You want to be as tight to these two walls here on the left and the right as you're coming up as possible. You're braking around about that crossing there as you see and coasting around this corner. Back on the power around and down the hill here. Does he avoid the bump? He does not. He runs it over. Interesting tactic. Some guys will swerve that one. And then, of course, this notoriously slow, sharp left-hand hairpin here. You're in first gear here. Careful not to knock it down into neutral, which is hilariously easy to do. And a careful exit round here and on the power as early as you possibly can. Flat out through the tunnel now. Keeping it nice and tight to the right-hand side there. Looks quite a tidy lap so far. Not necessarily one of the quickest, but certainly very clean. Oh, and invalidates in the swimming pool there. That's, yeah, easy done there, of course. You want to try and get your left set of tyres over the left set of the sausage curbs there, the yellow-coloured sausage curbs, and it's so easy to get that wrong.
It is. So
this attempt.
Does he back out, save a little bit of ERO, so give it a go? Yes, he is. You can see he's going to get warm up his tyres there. Braking a little bit, charge the batteries, and try it all over again. He knows where he made a mistake, and he knows where to correct it. But he needs a time. Well, he needs a little bit better time. It's 1.4 seconds off currently at the moment. Close in the sharp end here between Neon and Owen. But this is when some of those cars are still sitting in the pits at the moment too, with 3 minutes to go. So it's going to get busy and fast.
Expect them to start jumping out around sort of just before the 2 minute mark, I think. We can expect to see some of the guys coming out. Be going in for their final laps as we see another yellow flag in the final sector. I think that's just somebody slowing down in preparation for a push lap. We've got a wing missing from Tilda as well, so he's had a collision somewhere. He's limping back to the pits now. I wonder if he can get in and out quickly enough to get one more run in. It's going to be very tight.
It will.
Somebody else has gone off just behind him as well. Who was that?
I can't see at the moment. I'm still on board.
That was Owen. That was Owen.
Oh,
Owen's gone off in the final sector there. He's got it all wrong.
Oh dear. Yeah, he might be able to get. Yep, I don't know if he's completely terminally damaged at the moment. Oh, and there's another invalidation there from the AlphaTauri. Tranquillo is now on a flyer. There's the Ferrari coming on through the swimming pool complex at the moment. There shouldn't be that much traffic up ahead. There is none, really. So he can go on with it. Green flag conditions. Can the Ferrari get himself up into the top of the timesheets where he would like to be as he crosses the line now? Where will Tranquillo get up to P5? Fastest man through the first sector now is Alexandro. But he's now decided... soft tyres for me. And that's it. He's not the quickest. Well, Owen was the quickest in the middle sector, but I think Alexander's going to steal this one away from him now. Oh, look at the speed he's carrying.
Crosses here, and he's half a second up.
Wow.
More than half a second up already, so this is looking very good.
Yeah, this is looking absolutely brilliant. This is a 107s probably even. That is how much pace he's going to have. Certainly a low 108. He's hooked it up. He has. He's going to have the biggest smile on his face right now because this is provisional pole for sure. There it is.
Oh, by a huge margin as well. Almost a second up on Neon Rays. 0.8 of a second. Unbelievable lap.
Well, I exactly saw it. He's just so confident, wasn't he? That car was just glued through there. That's one mistake, obviously, that was all over, but he did not make any mistakes. That was textbook how you do it around Monaco. Oh, wow, that felt good. Me watching, I'm sure it felt good for the driver. So we're back on board with Danny, who's now pushed all the way down the bottom of the timesheets, but he's on for a good lap for what he would at least be. No purples that I see, but greens can get you up there.
Tranquillo just pushes himself up into second position as well there, so he's had a good lap in the closing stages here.
Yeah,
30 seconds lap in this left in this session now.
Danny improved. Oh, I might actually have to depart you in a minute too to start getting ready to go pick up the parcel.
Yeah,
I know it's very disappointing, but hopefully we'll finish the qualifying session off, and then I think we'll switch over to you for the race.
Yeah, maybe do a bit of an unboxing towards the end of the session as well. That'd be
yeah, I'll be definitely back by the end of the race. Don't worry about that. It's going to take about 20 minutes as Pixel hits the wall in the Aston Martin. A bit of green paint there on those barriers. I'm sure you're going to have all multicolours there this evening. But I think that's compromised Pixel's time a little bit in the third sector. He might improve it. He does. Just, gets one. But he knows that he had a little bit more in the tank there because the wall came out and bit the Aston Martin driver. How dare that wall do that?
So easy done here, unfortunately. It doesn't take very much to do it either. Just a momentary lapse of concentration, just drifting wide just a little bit further than normal. And you know, most tracks you get away with that, run over a curb a bit more or whatnot. But yeah, not here. Not here at
You're
all.
right. Hey, Alexander. You do kind of be fast at this. Gleam. Yeah, Alexander's just, he's in another planet at the moment. He's in Italy. He's in Monza while everybody else is in Monaco. That's how much pace he has.
Interesting to see if he can carry that through into race pace as well. We should have a clean getaway at least. He should be fairly good, but yeah, we've seen many times before how quickly fortunes can change here.
Absolutely correct. I'm just waiting for some of those drivers to cross the line now. Nobody else is improving, so I'd have to say what you see is what you get will be for your qualifying. Yeah, Tranquillo is also going to be happy with that because starting on the front row of any of the grids here in the Formula One version of the game is, you equal opportunity, I have to say, for pole and P2. One place you don't want to be in Monaco is in the mid-pack going into the first corner, as my telemetry program has just crashed. I need to make sure I report that to the programmer so we get that fixed another time. It hasn't happened in a while, but it did. But I'll load it back up because the qualifying's over anyway.
Timer ticking down now. We wait for this session to come to an end.
I'm going to flick it over to you anyway for the capture.
Absolutely.
I wonder if you're getting the audio. I have to make sure I get the audio for that too. So let me double check.
You should do. Although my audio is pretty low for the game usually when when I'm commentating, so I'll apologise in advance if people can't hear what's going on. But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
There you go. If you'd like to read through those results before I have to depart you.
Yep, so here we go then. We have Alexander's going to be starting us on pole in that Williams after that monster lap, 0.8 of a second up. Tranquillo managing to push the Ferrari up into second position. Neon Rays is going to be in third with Owen just behind him. Lavia Vasol and Futuristic are going to be on the third row of the grid there. Then you've got Pixel, Turkey, Pineapple, Kimi, and Tilda there in 11th position. Kyoto is going to be in 12th. Coarse is in 13th. Danny is going to be in 14th there. Yeah, that's going to be our starting grid.
And that will be, and unfortunately I won't be here for the start of the race because I have to depart. And so, yes, that is what it is. It's unfortunate, but I'm going to leave it over to you, Mr. Boosted Mass, and hopefully I'll be able to bring it. The stream might get a little laggy because we are running on through another Discord screen and stuff. But we're going to bring you that at least, so I will go and then I'll be back as soon as I possibly can. So, Boosted, sorry, mate, to let you down on that one. But, yeah, all we can do is what we can do.
All good, yeah, no worries at all, no worries at all.
Thanks, man. All right, we'll be back in a minute.
So, yeah, as we head into this race now, just waiting for the drivers to load in. This could take a little while. Gives me a chance to sit and talk some nonsense to you guys while Biggles isn't listening. Neon, quite right, yep, 5th place penalty, starts in 8th. I think there must have been a bit of a bump or something during the qualifying session there. I'll let you guys correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, dry race. Looks good. Excited for this one. Wonder how many people are we going to have causing chaos in the first corner. It's always pretty manic. One person spins and then that's it. Nobody else can get through. So yeah, we're going to see how this rolls. Just set up my screen here. Let's have tyre information on. Why not? All the crew chiefs love that. Yes, Tipsy, we know you can talk nonsense. We watch the guys completing their formation lap. Some people might say the hardest lap of the race. Easy to humiliate yourself with an easy spin here. So Owen's going to be starting the race on medium tyres. He's going to be in P3. It's going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to keep up with the guys that are on the softer tyres up ahead of him. I think that's going to be his main goal, is basically going to be to try and stick with that 1-2 train and hopefully get some distance into the race here whilst getting away from the guys behind him. Just apologize again for the little bit of lag that we have on the stream. Like Biggles was saying, this is running as a recording of a recording, so fortunately will be a little bit choppy until he returns. Yeah, and we have two people having a collision of some sort already there. They disqualify themselves from the formation lap. They magically reappear on the grid, so cold tyres for them, unfortunately, which is not what you want here. Speaking a bit from personal experience, but it is a bit awkward to try and get your tyres warm on this track, and if you've got cold tyres, then you have a lot of understeer, which is not great. For the drivers to line up on the grid here now. Racing will be underway in just a minute. I don't know if we're going to get a good camera angle for this or not. We'll roll with this and see what happens. As the lights are starting to come on in just a second. Here we go now. That's 4 lights, 5 lights. And we're away now for the 3rd round in this season. Looks like Alexander's got a really good start. Tranquilo as well. Front run's looking quite clean. Tranquilo's getting under pressure already there from Owen. Owen's coming down the inside. There's a collision already. Owen's around. There's a huge pile up going up the hill there. That's taken out quite a few drivers. I see there's a Haas in there as well. It's been involved in it. Debris all over the track. Futuristic is out already. Owen is missing his front wing. All kinds of chaos up at the back there. Lavi Fasol has benefited from this phenomenally. He's pushing himself up into 2nd position there now. Just going to try and keep an eye on the leaders here. Some more fighting for position going up at the back there. It looks like Turkey is dropping back. He has wing damage as well, causing a bit of a roadblock in the chicane there. But yeah, chaos here at the very start of the race then. Already many wings broken and already 1 DNF. That was a brutal accident. Alexander leads us away. 2-second gap already. Quite a lot of action kicking off already. There's another yellow flag further back there. That is Turkey, I think, just making his way around. There's somebody else has lost a wing there. I just missed that. Who is that? I think that is Kimi. Has come into contact with the wall there somewhere. So another wing loses, comes loose out of that car there. As first guy starting to pit now with the damage. Corsa picking up his new wing. He's going to go back out on mediums. And just have a look and see what is going on further up the grid here then. A bit of a train forming here behind Tranquilos. This is the battle for 3rd position. Pineapple already picking up a penalty. All looking very tidy this time around the hairpin here as we head down into the tunnel. See that really strange graphical glitch in a minute where the cars kind of go a bit light for a second there. Really odd. Let's see now as we come down into the corner. It's a very late break from Pixel there. A bit of a dodgy camera angle for that one, but nearly into the back of Tranquilo. So did very well to save that one. Tilda cutting the corner then, picking up a penalty. He's actually losing positions right now as well. So Neon's managed to take advantage of that. We head back round into the final corner here and begin another lap then. Tranquilo's just managing to hold on to that 3rd position still. Pixel is right behind him though, and not giving up. He's looking like he's on a charge here. DRS is enabled on this lap. Pixel looked like he was going to have another look down the inside there. But yeah, unfortunate there. And yeah, Wimpy, unfortunately, a little bit of lag, I'm afraid, on the stream. This is my screen we're watching. It's currently being streamed through Discord and then streamed by Biggles until he returns. So hopefully that will improve shortly for you guys, but apologies for that. Yeah, Alexander, a monstrous lead already there. He's 3.8 seconds, 3.7, 3.8 seconds ahead of Lavi Fasoli already there, who himself is also another good 3 seconds or 4 seconds ahead of Tranquilo. So these two guys in a very commanding position already. There's a change of position further back there as Neon manages to get his way past Derogatory Pineapple. So he jumps his way back up into 5th as Tranquilo picks up a penalty for corner cutting there. Not ideal for him. Following our way through to back here now, through the guys in a bit of a train. And another penalty there, this time going to Pineapple. So penalties coming in thick and fast as a yellow flag further towards the back there. I can't see who that's for. Maybe I can. Tilda's missing an end plate, so he comes into the pits as Alexander sets a new fastest lap of the race there, 1:11. So yeah, lots of pitting going on now, I would imagine. And going on to the hard tyres as well. 2 guys on the hard tyres now, Neon and Tranquilo. It's a horrible tyre to drive on. It's yeah, unfortunate. Racing gets underway out here once again. Things have calmed down just a little bit. There is a bit of a train forming towards the back of the grid there. I think that is that possibly, yeah, that is Kimi, Turkey, and Owen having a nice private race here to the back of the grid. Yeah, Larson, I'm the same. I'm racing this one tomorrow, and I'm really not looking forward to this race either. If practice sessions are anything to go by, it is a horrible track to race this year, but should bring out some interesting racing all the same. I guess it's one of those tracks, if you can just keep it clean just long enough, as we see Owen going for the dive on Turkey into the hairpin. That's very tight. There's a lot of contact between the two there, quite a bit of scrubbing. Turkey managing to hang on to that position for just now as they enter into the tunnel here, but Owen's not finished. He looks like he wants to have another go. He is on those soft tyres, so he has got a slight tyre advantage here coming down into this sharp left-right. Decides not to make a move. Does look like he cut the corner a little bit there. I'd imagine he's picked up a warning for that. Heading around to back once more. There's a bit of debris lying at the side of the track there. I don't know whose car that is from. Oh, and there's a spin there from Kimi. He's gone very wide, and that's allowed Turkey and Owen to get through. That's a free pass, but now side by side into the final chicane here. Owen round the outside of Turkey. There's a lot of wheel bumping. Turkey's still just about managing to hang on to that position. Owen still not giving up, though. He's back down the inside once more. Coming into the first corner. Looks like he might actually have it this time around, though. And he does make that move stick as they head up the hill now. Very close racing between these two. A lot of elbows out. We see another 3-second time penalty coming in for Pixel, who has managed to get his way up into third. Let's have a quick check in on our leader is Alexander. Now 6 seconds into the lead, 5-lap-old soft, so longest distance travelled so far of anyone on the grid on those tyres. Only the top 6 still running on the same tyres they started this race on. Top 6, all because of damage and all kinds of early chaos in this race. We have another yellow flag down in sector 2. I think that could be Turkey. It is. He's lost his front wing. That is not ideal. It looks so promising as well. It looked like he might be able to claw his way back up, but that's going to hurt a lot. He's going to pit, and I wonder, is that going to put him under pressure from the... That is going to put him under pressure from possibly being lapped here already. So slow and steady, keeping it clean is the way to go. Try and see if we've got any other close battles currently on track. We have got Shaka and Tranquilo having a little bit of a battle here as we head into the tunnel once more. Tranquilo, of course, on those harder tyres, trying to put a bit of pressure on Shaka there. It's going to be awkward for him to do though. Those hard tyres, like I say, don't feel great on this track in this game. So Shaka doing well to hold him up. Shaka starting at the back of the grid, actually doing very well to get himself up into 6th there and just hold that position. That's the thing with this track. If you can get a good start, get a good position, get yourself up as far as you can, and then just defend. Make it very difficult for the guys behind you to pass. As we're seeing here, Tranquilo has got the DRS. Shaka does cover the defensive line here into the first corner. Keeps him behind him. But yeah, as I was saying, if you can just get a good position and just keep yourself ahead of everyone else and defend, you can hold on quite well there. Tranquilo sends a bit of a dodgy dive on the inside there, touches the back of Shaka's car and puts himself around there. This is going to put him under all kinds of pressure now as Owen manages to sneak through in that carnage. Doesn't look like it's a huge amount of damage, but the end plate is missing, so he is going to have to pit for a new wing. A bit of a clumsy dive perhaps into that corner. It's an unusual passing place. Shaka escapes that one unscathed. Makes his way around. We have a yellow flag towards the back. I think that's Tilda's had a spin coming out of the first corner there. He's also missing an end plate now, desperately trying to turn himself around. That's the other problem with this track. If you spin, you're doing a 3 or 4 point turn to get yourself pointing the right way again. Of course, you will pick up a penalty from the stewards if you decide to reset to track. Very frowned upon. So, yeah, you kind of have to commit to back and forth and back and forth. But meanwhile, we have another yellow flag there. I think that's still Tilda making his way around there. But Alexander then, with a lead now of 8.5 seconds on those 7-lap-old softs. Pushing into the distance already, lapping some of the guys further back. Yeah, the safety car thing, I'm not sure what's happening with that. I would have expected to have seen a safety car or two by now. I was told by somebody recently that there is potentially a bug on the Monaco track in this game whereby safety cars are not deployed, basically. I don't know how true that is. We'll find out. We'll see as this race progresses. Maybe we'll get one, maybe we won't, as Owen picks up a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, it's possible we will not see a safety car in this race, regardless of damage or whatnot. Sweet derogatory pineapple takes that position from Tilda as Tilda pits for another wing and goes onto the medium tyres. Owen now is chasing down Shaka as well. Owen wants that 6th position. Shaka's in a good position to defend though. Owen, of course, carrying a time penalty as well. Let's see if Shaka can defend this as Neon Race sets a new fastest lap of the race there, 1:11.2 on those 3-lap-old mediums as well, as Owen just sneaks through Shaka there into the beginning of the hairpin here. Slightly fresher softs for Owen, but only by 1 lap. So, yeah, making good use of those. Kimi looking to catch up with this pair at some point. There's a bit of a train behind him now. You see Neon and Julius making their way through. That is an Alpine that's going to get lapped by Neon. Let's see what else do we have on track here. We've got Julius and Tranquilo. Bit of fighting going on. I think Tranquilo actually just managing to make his way by there already. So the field's spreading out a little bit here. When is Biggles back? Biggles will hopefully be back in, I don't know, let's say around sort of 5 minutes at most. It shouldn't be too long. Just taking delivery of a parcel that he ordered recently. As we see a yellow flag in the final sector, as Kyoto's had an incident there. Don't know if we can pick up on that. Looks like he's just got it wrong coming out of the that hairpin section there. I'm going to guess that's a wheel missing. We should hopefully find out in a minute when Owen passes by here, if we can get a half-decent camera angle. Yep, there he is in the middle of the track, so he's got it all wrong there. Easy done there, to be fair. It's easy to spin if you just clip that curb a little too much. As you make your way around, Tilda DNFing as well. So 3 drivers are out already. As we see the front runners now pitting. Alexander in and back out on those fresh mediums. Danny doing, well, Danny on those 10-lap-old mediums actually, so he's still been running from the beginning of this race. Pixel pitting as well for a fresh set of tyres. He's on those mediums now. Making his way down towards the end of the pit lane now, and away we go once more. So Lavio Fasoli picks up the provisional lead for now. On those 10-lap-old softs, he's going a bit longer into this race, although those softs are going to start wearing out now. I can't imagine them being particularly nice to drive on at this stage. We see another pit there. That's from Shaka this time. He's going to jump onto those mediums as well. Now let's see. Alexander's catching Lavio Fasoli at quite a rate of knots, actually. So yeah, those worn softs not doing him any favors, and quite rightfully comes into the pits. Where does he come back out then? I think he should. Will he make it in front of Danny? Where is Danny? Danny's coming down the straight now. Lavi Fasoli's just coming out of the pit exit here. He, of course, does get the shortcut across the start, well, the first corner here, but Danny is going to get around him. So Danny up into second position on those 11 lap old mediums now. How long can he make those last?
Hello.
And Biggles is back with us.
Almost
Hello,
back.
Biggles.
Yeah, just give me 1 second to get everything. It's a bit quicker than expected. I know. Apologies,
So,
yeah, we see the screen is a little here. But yeah, what's happened so far?
Yeah, so calmed down a little bit now. Everybody kind of settling into the groove of the race now. Most drivers are on the medium tyres. We did have quite a bit of carnage at the very start of the race. I believe it was Owen spinning at the very start into the first corner. And yeah, lots of wing damage, lots of carnage, lots of pitting afterwards. Aside from that, so far so good. Alexander's having an amazing race so far. He managed to pull like nearly a 10-second gap whilst on the soft tyre, and that gap has just got steadily bigger and bigger and bigger. As we can see now on those 2-lap-old mediums after his pit stop, he's 16 laps ahead of Danny, who's the next nearest challenger. But Danny himself coming under a lot of pressure from Lavi Fasoli right now.
Yeah,
I suspect we're going to see a change of position coming up the hill here. He's thinking about it. He's going for it. An unusual place to pass, but has the speed to make that one stick.
Yeah, don't tell these drivers. Yeah, they're going to overtake any opportunity they possibly can, because there's not many of them here in Monte Carlo. So yeah, see what they can try to muster up. Yeah, we're still on your stream at the moment. Well, I'm just trying to sort something out real quick.
Yeah, no worries at all. Danny negotiating this hairpin as he comes round into the tunnel once more. There's a change of position further back. That's Turkey and Julius having a little battle there in the third sector. Turkey managing to get the upper hand on that one. He's on those 6-lap-old hards. Oh, a big slide around the last corner. Julius able to get right back up behind him once more.
Yeah, so far it looks to be pretty impressive, actually, because as we're getting up close to about halfway through this race, and a lot of the drivers are still here, I'm impressed, I'd have to say. I'm impressed. No safety cars yet or anything?
No safety cars. That's something we were talking about just earlier on. As Ocean Chief there is just pointing out, Game Sound and Biggles has no audio.
Oh.
Not sure if that's because we're streaming on.
Yeah, we're streaming on yours. So
yeah.
I'm going to go back to live, and
no worries.
It should be good to go
that
now, guys. So thank you very much for that. Everything should be back. Oh, you can't hear the game audio? You should be able to hear the game audio. Well, that does that, doesn't it, actually, in this thing? There it is. I can hear the game audio now. Yeah. Little Codemasters bug. Mate, Boosted, thank you very much for that. That was much impressive. We had to make it work. We do apologize that it wasn't the best thing, but it is better than nothing at all. That's for sure.
Coming back to what we were saying about the safety car there. While you're away, yes, I did say the safety car I think is bugged. I can't remember who told me this. Somebody told me this, and it seems to be raining true so far. But I don't think we will see a safety car in this race, no matter the carnage. Which would explain why we didn't have a safety car at the very start there when we had a bit of a pile up in the first corner there.
So I'm sending Danny up at the moment, 11 positions from P14, but he's yet to box, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll pull up those tyres. There is pit stops at the moment. There is 10-second corner cutting penalty. That is a straight through corner cutting penalty, I'd have to imagine, from the on. And another 3. So what's going on there? And here's an overtake, I think, and Tranquilo on Kemi. Yes, it is. And he actually did get a warning cutting that corner too as well, the Ferrari driver. I guess he's wanted to be, that's a 3-second, 5-second Pete. I have to say, Neon is, what's happening there? That's an illegal overtake, and that means the Ferraris had to give it back.
Neon deciding to call it a day there as he DNFs in the pit lane. So 4 drivers out of this race now.
That's a FedEx time penalty award for sure, I'd have to say, for Neon. I mean, FedEx, the DHL time penalty awards. Too many. He was lapping them up left, right, and center. I think he was on 16 penalties towards the end.
Oh, and there's a move coming up the hill here. Maybe, Tranquilo and Kimi are going toe-to-toe. Very close together on that one.
Yeah, they went at it again, but I think what happened was Tranquilo, did he actually finally get Kimi? I think he did, because he actually went straight through the no-ball chicane. Must have took up a warning there, but got a legal overtake.
Trying to see where we have now. Pixel and Danny actually side by side here into the first corner. Pixel getting the better run there, getting past Danny and puts himself into third position. Can Danny come back at him as we go up the hill here? He is closing a little bit, but over speeds a little bit wide there in the corner. Went down the hill now towards this tight chicane section. Doesn't look like he can get back at Pixel at all. Those old tires probably holding him back quite a bit, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's racing on as Owen's boxing now to get rid of those tires. I'll show you there. So a bit of a gap forming around here. As you can see on that mini map to the right hand side at the lower bottom, there are a few little packs forming. Owen and Kimi. But yeah, right, this little merger, well, that's just another back marker there. So that's the closest battle you can really see at the moment. Well, actually, Turkey is going to be close when they come out of the pit lane here. And he's climbing up the hill, so he's on the hard tyres. He's got Owen up there, just up the road. And Owen has Shakalaka for company. So this is a nice little battle for P6, P7 forming at the moment.
Shakalaka quite good at defending positions normally, so he's not going to make this easy at all if you can avoid it. Has the inside line here, a little bit of tyre scrubbing as they come around the chicane. Just about keeps it nice and tidy. Can Turkey get the jump now coming into the tunnel now? Looks like he's got a run, doesn't look like he's going to commit to anything just yet, but he does. He's going to sling it down the inside. There's contact there. He's had to tuck back in again once more, but
he's on the hard tyres. So the traction isn't quite as confident as what you'd imagine it would be. Obviously, he's going to slap the brake pedal. Oh, thank you very much for the fantastic camera angle there, Cody's. You don't get that one very often for a helicopter. Oh, but we do get a helicopter in Monaco. It looks brilliant.
Yeah, oh, my goodness, I wish we could switch to the helicopter camera.
I know.
Just as we can between the onboard.
Everybody jump in the Codemasters forums and just ask for that every single day. The squeaky wheel gets all the oil. That's what I say. If we keep nagging at them, eventually they'll give it to us.
Oh, I like that one. I've heard that before.
Oh, the squeaky wheel gets all the oil? That's the one I always, yeah, it does. Oh, look at Turkey, so much more confidence here, but he's going to overtake. Now the Williams, the Shaka Luck is going to go defensive. Shaka has the better tyre. He knows at the moment it's grippier, but down to the Casino Hotel, and it's not really an overground hotel, sorry. He can't overtake around there. Maybe in Portia, you got to be bold and brave, but get a good runner out of Portia, I'd say, and try to get him in the tunnel, and then into Noble Chicane. What's going to happen? Turkey, it's just the only thing is he's not as braking as confident, I have to say, as the Williams, because he is. Oh, there is Williams blinking light of death too, and the Williams locked up. But then again, Turkey's got nowhere to go. Can he make a run out of here? Oh no, he can't. It's so hard to overtake through to back to 12. Keep it out of the walls and follow through a swimming pool complex. You can't overtake. Maybe Las Rascas. That's bold and brave as well.
The big jump over the sausage curbs there as they come around into the final corner here. A bit of ghosting going on there for Turkey. Not sure what that's all about.
Lucky too.
Comes down, has the DRS. DRS is wide open. He's got a run and the time is dropping again, but he's still not close enough to actually make a move.
He's going to climb up the hill here. You can see the Williams is just harvesting all the energy he possibly can. But I have to say, too, for the Ferrari, it's a very similar situation. And once again, he's going to have to follow him around for another lap and try to seize an opportunity. You can see the ghosting. That's probably a little bit helping. Otherwise, the poor Ferrari driver might be using a front wing. And they got blue markers coming up as well. Oh, there's a blue marker overtaking him. That's got to be the worst feeling, isn't it, being ghosted? Or they're being overtaken.
Careful with that as well. It's easy to... I've seen it happen before, but it's easy to take advantage of that. When you're in a fight and Shaka's touched the wall. I think Shaka touched the wall there. I believe he's got damage.
Yes, he does. Yeah, sharp eyes there. Nothing gets past boosted. Called that one.
Just in the distance there, yeah. Just as
go back to Kimi. As Kimi's putting on Jules. Sorry to cut you off in that one. Yeah, there's another battle that's forming, because I think at the moment there, Shaka's going to be under pressure there from Turkey anyway. They're getting overtaken by the front markers. That was the reason why the reason why the Merc went straight through them. And I believe it was a Merc. And
Shaka deciding to stay out. So we're going to see quite the train forming here. This is going to be a 4-driver train. There's a position change further back there as Julius
Yeah, and a bit
goes to
drag.
sling it down the side. I think he's gonna hold it, is he?
He has to hold it. Whoever's got the inside line here to the left has to be the one. But he doesn't. Oh, and there's a tap between them at the moment, and that's giving camera angle. Please give the helicopter camera angle. No, you won't give it to me at that point, would you? All right. Sorry. I don't like missing the action. Here it is. Now I get a helicopter angle. Thank you very much. Maybe they are listening. You can see up ahead, too. That's the other battle. They're going to be catching the back there of Turkey now. And Shaka. So this is a four-way battle.
Holding on to the position. He's doing phenomenally well, actually, to defend from Turkey, despite the wing damage. I forget which way it actually affects the car, depending on which end plate's missing, as to its left, whether it's left or right corners that feel horrible. But yeah, he will be feeling that right now. As Owen puts in a new fastest lap of the race, at 1 minute 10.2.
Yeah, keep an eye on him trying to catch Tranquillo a little later in this race, but we're keeping on this battle that's forming here between Kimi and Turkey and Shaka, and this is the thing, that they're all going to be compromised, and they're getting overlapped by the blue flags, so they're getting overtaken by the other front markers. That's the reason why they're all starting to ghost at the moment, because the ghosting's on, so the leading cars can just ghost through them, but that throws their battle off as he hits the wall of Kimi. I'm not sure if he got front wing damage, but it's got to be so difficult, isn't it, when you're trying to battle each other, and on top of it, you got these front guys, getting through. Oh, and my Matsubis just crashed again, but don't worry about that. Wow. This is Julius is now there side by side with Kimi, and they are, yes. So there it is. Still going to find a way past.
Oh, and Turkey looks like he's going to try. He tried to have a move there. I think he's made it stick as well, has he? Turkey's through, I think.
I think he has. I think you're right.
He's done it.
He has done it on Shaka. Brilliant. We kind of missed that action. Apologies about that. There's too much going on at once. Man,
there's damage. Oh, that's Turkey. Immediately front wing damage coming down the hill there. What happened there?
I'm not quite sure, because he was he got a 5-second gap to Shaka. Yeah, these front markers are really throwing them off. It's complete front wing missing for the Ferrari.
Cut to that at the last minute as they're coming down the hill out of the tunnel there. There's an explosion of carbon fiber. Wonder if he's run into the wall on the exit.
Oh, he's retired.
We saw Shaka do that before.
Turkey's retired from the session. He's given up. Don't give up, Turkey, but you did. It's not what we like to see. My telemetry's crashed again. Let me reopen that. My apologies. Twice now. It's not like in Monaco, although I have had a couple of Monaco races. Sorry.
Kimi's pitting for hard tyres, which at this stage of the race, I'm not sure if that's the best option.
I think he had damage too, so I'm just going to get rid of that. Yeah. Wow, what a race. Monaco does spice things up a little bit. Once again, I apologise for the pause. If the game would allow us to stay with the show, even if you are pausing, I'm just mouse scrolling out. I will run into windowed mode. Well, there it is, back. I don't know how long it took, but I did miss a lot of action. But we're getting to the business end of this qualifying right now. Sorry, qualifying race. Jeez, my head's all over the place. I'm glad I had the cool head here of Mr. Booster to help me out with this one. Good job commentating with me, mate. Thank you. Much appreciated. You're doing a solid job.
Yeah, thank you. Just keeping an eye on this gap up ahead now. Alexander putting in a sterling performance, actually. 30 seconds now, the gap to Lavi Fasol. Oh, as he picks up a 3-second time penalty. Of course, I don't think he's going to worry too much about that, is he?
Commentated cursed him. You know that, right? That's your first commentated curse of the day. Oh, wow. I'm going to stop your Discord streaming there for a second, because I think it might actually be a little bit affecting the performance. We'll see. How do I close that down? I can't even close that down.
Yeah, I think I will
stop.
Shut mine off.
Yeah, just shut it off if you can, because I don't even know how to stop it. I don't want to disconnect from the call. I think it is. Oh. Who knows? Anyway, back at it here on lap 24 of 39. This is round 3 of the Season X of 2S. A lot have been here in the Tier 3. Well, imagine what's going to happen. Tier 3 is going to give you an indication of what's going to happen up for the Tier 2 and Tier 1 guys that'll be cruising around these streets in the next couple of days.
Yeah, always good to get an eye in on some of these earlier tiers earlier in the week to get a rough idea of what kind of strategies seem to be working, what strategies aren't working. Try and get a bit of a head start and get preparation for your tier.
I'm loving those 5 thumbs up at the moment too, guys. So that's 5 thumbs up for the the brilliant job that Boosted is doing for us to boosting my confidence in the commentary box as well. Both the McLarens are running almost plump last as more of those penalties have come in. I'll show you those penalties in a second. There's Shaka boxing. I think somebody had said that. Larson had said surely he'd be better off boxing for the damage, and I think he got the call there from you, Larson.
Yeah, I think he realised
safety
that
car's
it's
in the way at the moment, as you can see. That's one of the glitches that they have here in Monaco, where the two guys are sitting there just talking in the quiet alley there. They look a bit suspicious to the right, but we'll see what those marshals they're up to. There's the Williams. Why, by the way, is the Williams right out next to the safety car? Of course, because it's the last one in the box. And he comes back out. Is he going to come back out just ahead of Julius? He should. Yeah.
Safety car not seen much action at all today.
Yeah, they forgot to gas it up, mate. It has no fuel in the safety car. They just did something simple. People like checked everything, making sure it has all the medical supplies in there, all the right bells and whistles, but somebody forgot to put the gasoline in the car.
I think we've seen that in Formula 1 before, actually, as well, haven't we, in real life?
I think it has actually ran out.
I think was it a Ferrari? I want to say it was. Massa's car was under field. And that led to quite a funny press conference after the race.
It did actually, because there was also some accusations about that, wasn't it? I think they're deliberately doing it or something like that.
Yeah.
Not that I'd ever think that a team. That's what people always say. If you work in the garage, right, and you're a professional, you want to succeed, you want to do the best job you can. You're not going to sit there while you're on side of the garage and go, I'm going to do. Both the Ferrari and the Red Bull, as they're following Tranquillo and Owen, did a little bit of a tank slap on that wall. They can get away with that one. And it's just outside the swimming pool. But yeah, you're not going to sit there as an engineer go, you know what, I'm going to do half the work that the other guys on the other side of the garage do. Of course you're going to put 110% in. You're not going to sandbag. So it's never going to be this conspiracy where you're deliberately going to... I mean,
just going to cut you off, there's a battle coming, a drag race coming up the hill here towards the first sectors between Pineapple and Julius.
Very good call. You can cut me off anytime you want. I don't want to miss any of these battles.
Pineapple looks like he's going to get the upper hand there to come down towards this hairpin section, so he's going to start chasing down Shaka on those 14-lap-old mediums. Shaka, of course, just switched onto those hard tyres.
You don't have a really thick Scottish accent, do you? Like a Coulthard or something like that when you say mediums. I was waiting for the mediums.
Medium.
Medium. Yeah.
I'm a bit of a half and half me, so yeah, I don't have a thick Scottish accent.
You're a
Two nationalities.
Yeah, a mixed Scot. A mixed Scot, if that's the word you could say. Anyway, I haven't been to Scotland. I have been to the United Kingdom and Ireland, but I haven't been. Well, you're in the United Kingdom, but I'm in England, so I do have to get my way up there. One of the ladies that live next door to me is got Scottish. Oh, they're both boxing as well too. So Tranquillo and Owen going to follow each other in here. So pit stop battle between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. Luckily, the teams do it at about 2.55 seconds every time. Oh, front wing change, but for Owen. Well, Tranquillo have a front wing change. I think he does as well.
Both of them, yeah.
So here they go. Ferrari should be unleashed just ahead of the Red Bull. Both onto the... soft tyres for Owen and mediums for Tranquillo.
Interesting choice. I wouldn't have thought we're close enough to the end of the race to make it worth going onto soft tyres. They're going to fall off before we reach the checkered flag, surely.
I think they last longer. That's something for you guys out there in the Twitch world. Ocean, Larson, Nico... That Bates, Dragon, all the usual suspects. G'day, guys. I have been ignoring you because I haven't been here. But I'm not ignoring you now. You guys are racers. What do you guys suggest? Do you think he can make those softs go to the end? It's going to be pacey right now. He's going to bring those deltas down to Tranquillo quite quickly.
Shaka picking up a time penalty there. So only 3 drivers without penalties right now. 5 drivers out, of course.
Alexander as well, I could imagine, with a 36-second gap, can box, come back out, and have some fresh boots on, so he can cover off Lavi. But it's going to come down to that situation. Pixels, you guys mentioned he is in P3, looking for a podium. Further down the road, Danny, they do have a lot of penalties. However, they are pretty spaced up too, so that may not affect. Tranquillo's one that's in big trouble, 14 seconds. Oh! I just got scared there for a second as I was looking Owen go through a ghosted Mercedes. So he's unlapping himself, what it appears to be. I'm not quite sure. Unless they're putting another lap on Julius. I don't know what's going on. It gets a little difficult.
Who's that? Yeah, that's Lavi Fasoli in second position making his way through. So...
Danny still has yet to box. I just realized that the Red Bull running a P4. Now he has a gap to Tranquilo, but now they have to be careful. Tranquilo's come out with some fresh tyres. They're going to have some pace. The lap time around here for a pit stop, if you get it right, without a front wing change, is about 22, 23 seconds. So look at that delta there. You can see the gap from Danny to Tranquilo is about 21. He's got a box now. He can't afford Tranquilo to start catching him.
Owen is catching Tranquilo as well, so if they're going to get into a battle any minute now, then...
Whoa, Tranquilo just lifted and let him past. Completely. Wow. What's going on there? Ferrari and Red Bull. You are on different teams, guys. You do not...
there's a yellow flag further down. That Shaxx had a bump. Where's he ended up? That's he's placing the wrong way, so he's desperately trying to get himself turned around there before
I can see
he's
that.
timed out of the race.
Who was
wing damage once more?
Was that Shaka, did you say? I can't remember what that
yep.
was. Yeah, there is. Ooh, wow. Yeah, he's got to get that car back, but because points are certainly here at the moment. There's 11 drivers in this race. You can get points.
Absolutely.
I would definitely be getting that car home.
He has more than a 1 minute gap as well to Corsa as well, so absolutely worth getting that pitted and straight back out as quick as possible. Yeah,
especially if you survive 29s, and I mean survived 29 laps of Monaco, you definitely want to be making, you can see another 10 out, that's for sure. Imposter, exactly, Dragon. Well, he's the imposter. That's Tranquilo. Well, interesting why he just lifted and said, I'm not, you know what, I'm not going to fight. He doesn't look like he's got any damage on the Ferrari. He's just completely got out of the way. I mean, we'll look at those penalties again. Perhaps he knows that that's on his side. Well, no, that's the reason. Oh! Tranquilo into the tunnel section, having a bit of a whirly moment with the wall. He's got those penalties, so I thought, guess what? He's like, okay, it's not worth me battling, but yeah, I didn't know what's going on with the Ferrari, but he didn't get any damage from that. Interesting.
I wonder if that was just a safety measure, sort of, you know, hey, I have a big gap to the next guy down. Let's not risk any damage here. Let's just get home cleanly.
Yeah, that's true. Very admirable.
Not wanting to get too involved. Oh, and comes into the pits.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Danny.
Why?
Danny comes in the pits, actually. Oh, out of the pits.
Tranquilo as well. Tranquilo's pitting for softs.
Fastest lap.
I guess he had. He does have the gap, to be fair, on Kimi, so he isn't going to lose a position here. He just needs to be very careful now not to pick up any more damage as he goes round. There is a wing change once more as well, so didn't see any damage on that front wing. There was an adjustment made there.
Must be light wing damp, like Green, and because he has that gap anyway to Kimi, he's like, well, why not give it a shot? Because as I say, it looks like he might be going for a fastest lap. There's an additional points you can get here. That's a great idea. And I guess he just wanted to make sure that those red striped tires look good on the Ferrari, because they do.
Yep.
So we'll keep an eye on those delta times there, guys, and see, keep an eye on if whether or not their name will appear at the top of the screen there, saying fastest lap. That's what I would like. Danny now is going to be catching up to his teammate of Owen. Now the Red Bulls are looking pretty solid here at the moment. P4, P5. They got fresh boots on. Pixel that has to and Lava and Lavi, and Alexandra. Well, they're going to be pushing those tires a little bit more. I wonder how that they would be feeling at the moment on 20 laps. We'll go on board with race leader of Alexandra, and you can kind of give me an indication how it does feel driving that car right now.
He is flexing quite considerably as well, that 41-second gap. He's almost in half a lap ahead of Lavi Fasoli there. Still managing to sling his way through this last sector quite nicely. He is lifting off and braking a little bit earlier, as you'd expect with those 20-lap odd mediums, but yeah, doing really well actually to hang on to this.
He can box. I'd imagine he wants to get that fastest lap. Currently, that is Danny has that one on a 109. Just to give you an indication of the time difference between that, well, Alexander's last lap was a 111.7. Lavi was a 113 flat. So I'd have to say that the Williams driver is still putting in some pretty good times for worn tyres, although he could box any time and may very well and say, look, I want the trifecta here. I started in pole. I want to win the race, and on top of it, I want to get that fastest lap to go, just to be the king of Monaco, really. Get the crown jewels right there by getting all three.
Absolutely, and as you say, more than enough time to make that stop as well, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'd expect that to happen probably a little bit later on, maybe around laps 35, 36, somewhere around there would make more sense. We'll see if you can string those mediums along to get there in the first place, though. Yeah, they are looking a bit worn, actually, when you ride on board with them. They're very dark on the inside. They're looking very scrubbed.
It's also a little bit of experience, I guess. But the big thing right now in the back of your mind, isn't it, is like, well, I can't... This race is mine to win. He's struggling there. You could see through the Las Rascas. He is got to be thinking, all right, well, if the tires start going off a little bit, this race is mine to win, but I can't afford to put this into a wall. That's for sure. Now, you can lose it. You can probably afford to lose the front wing and nose his way back to the pits because he's got a big gap. However, a complete DNF is a complete DNF.
Even with the wing loss, do that early enough in the lap, and you've got a painful drive back to the pits. All the while, Lavi Fasoli, with no penalties, you would love that to happen just now.
Yeah, and you have to say, I don't know why you guys don't do it in leagues. I've said this before for about a year now of commentating. You need to be giving drivers a point for no penalties. That is something that's probably even more beneficial than a fastest lap because it's so hard in some of these tracks to not get a penalty.
It'd definitely be a good equalizer for some of the midfield runners, especially.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because it is difficult. The track punish you. I mean, no Formula One driver would ever even accept these rules in real life. They tried Aries boxing. Here it is. Alex has got the call. I think it's a smart one there for the Williams. They don't want to throw this one away. That's for sure. But he's got to go all the way down to the end of the pit lane there, just tucked in behind the safety car, and then we'll probably get that nasty angle again. There it is. So he can't see anything. But, oh, no, they changed it. Wow, Cody's do surprise you sometimes. Out in the softs, as to be expected. He will come out easily with about a 20-second gap, I think, to Lavi for sure. And now he's going to feel like, wow, where have these tyres been all my life? These are going to feel great.
You need to be careful not to get too complacent now because sometimes you can go out on a fresh set of tyres and then immediately start overdriving with confidence. So
and they're cold.
Not to fall into that trap.
They are cold. They do come out of the blankets, but they are cold. You hit the loud pedal and then all of a sudden the car screams at you the wrong way. But I don't think this man that's qualified on a pole with that, 8/10 of a gap to everybody else, I kind of think he knows his way around Monaco. He's also got a lap car coming up ahead. So Danny's boxing there. So Danny was starting to catch his teammate, but he's elected to box. Front wing change, I think, as well. Yes, it is for the Red Bull driver. He has a bit of a gap there to Kimi. Most of the drivers here, really at the moment, everybody has pretty much a pit stop in the bag, but we'll keep an eye on Pixel because he's slowly pulling Lavi in. However, his tyres are a little bit older, and on top of it, he is nursing a 3-second penalty. So even if he gets past, which is one thing in Monaco, to build up a 3-second gap is another too.
Yeah, a bit of a tall order, I think, with only 4 laps remaining in this race.
The fastest lap currently at the moment is still going to go to Owen. We'll keep an eye on those deltas. The McLaren driver of the Pineapple back in P9 is improving on his times, but not setting purples. But he's, wow, I don't know how many times he's in the pits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I'm counting there for the McLaren driver. That's, I'm running out. Actually, I think they might, I was almost running out of screen space for all the tyre changes. He's basically started on softs, and he's used every single, he's used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 medium compounds. 7. They must be all worn by then, right? You don't get that many fresh tyres?
I'm pretty sure you only get a couple sets of those. He's obviously jumping back and forth between one sets.
We'll jump on board with our race leader because he's flying on these Loves tyres. I mean, they are gluing to the track. We saw him fly on a qualifying lap. That was just a machine. Everybody was flabbergasted, I believe, in the chat, weren't they? There it is.
Oh, and fastest lap. Yeah,
109. A 109.6.
That's quality pace for a lot of people.
Yeah, he smashed it. He smashed it by about half a second too, so he's taking it away from the Red Bull. And he's just a machine. But as you said, he's got to be careful not to get too overconfident here. He has a bit of a gap there to Lavi, but he's also nursing a 3-second penalty. So really, that would be a 27-second gap. And your pit stops are about 23. But if he has to change a front wing, that ends up being a 28-second pit stop. So there, you're in trouble.
Yep. And with Pixel being as close to the back of Lavia Fasoli as he is now as well, any mistake from Alexander now could cost him 2 positions, not just 1.
Good call. Nico wants to ask Tipsy out there if you want to play Rocket League after this race. Wow. I have to go back to Alexander because he's even going quicker again. So oh, here he is. He's going even quicker again. I think this is a 109.3, if I'm not mistaken, or 109.2. What's it going to be?
Wow.
Oh, flat. Unbelievable. Well, this man is definitely the absolute king of Monaco, as he'd be like Jensen Button soon in a couple more laps going, Monaco, baby, yeah! Exactly for him. On fire. Just a class of his own, a masterclass. He should be in the Tier 1, racing like this.
Absolutely. He is running a little bit low on ERS now, though, so I suspect that's going to be the fastest runs finished for him now. He's just going to carry this on to the victory.
Yeah, it takes
Keep
an
eye on Pixel. That gap
yeah.
is still slowly coming down. I still don't think it's going to be quick enough. He's only got 2 laps to do this. It's not going to be enough, I don't think.
It's no time, isn't it? You've got to catch and then overtake. That's the thing. The overtake is not the easy part. The catching is easier. If it was other tracks, perhaps like Silverstone, Baku, you know, all those tracks where you catch up there, you can start to overtake Austria. But here, it's just something else. He's just got to... I think what you need to do is that the closer you can get to your opponent, you can force them into a psychological error. So that Lavi then has to look in his mirrors and go, oh no, I'm in trouble from Pixel. And then Lavi, who is on 1 warning bot, you got to force him into a couple more warnings and then get that penalty. And then it's Owen's boxing, so I think Owen wants to try to get that fastest lap. Well, he's at 10 laps there on the soft tyres. He's going to come back out ahead of Tranquilo. No problems, I'd imagine there. Even with a front wind change, there was a bigger gap. And the Pineapple's now catching at the moment, so we have to go back to that one. In P9, he's definitely caught Julius at a big rate. Tyres are similar, but however, once again, the same situation. The Pineapple has a penalty, whereas Julius doesn't.
Julius, I think, is actually being controlled by AI right now. So it's just...
Oh.
Well, he was earlier on anyway. It did have that notification up there. It does look like he's back with us once more, so we will see this fight pan out.
There's also a back marker in the play there as well, so they can actually help. Yeah.
What's going on here? He seems to be switching to AI.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and is this tactical, I wonder?
I don't know what the rules are in place, but yeah, he's under big trouble at the moment there. So that means the Pineapple can drive straight through him in a second. He should be able to, because the AI... Oh, no, he's not. He's gone back to the regular. That could just be because... Oh, it's because there's ghosting on. Remember, they are being blue flagged.
Oh, that's a big moment.
He held it. He held it. Oh, and look at that. Julius has gone straight through. Got a penalty. That's a 5-second penalty. Oh, but then again, Pineapple has 12, as you can see on the screen. So I think Julius just said, you know what? It's worth me taking that. It's worth me taking that penalty. Because I know, he's struggling.
The wall.
Absolutely struggling. We're going to have to go to a race later because he's coming close. Oh, that's it. He's got him. But,
big wing damage. Yeah.
But yeah, I think Julius has just got to bring it home now. There's no point in boxing.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, he's got a 54-second gap back to Shaka now. I don't think Shaka's going to be able to close that in 1 lap. So yeah, you are better off just nursing this round. Pixel has got that 2.3-second gap now to Lavi. So I don't think he's going to make it.
But Alexander is going to be coming around the final corner right now. The man's done everything he needed to do here for the Williams team. Brilliant drive, qualifying 101, fastest lap from pole. That Williams has just absolutely annihilated. He is now the king of Monte Carlo by far. Who's going to beat the rest here? Lava is 41 second down the road, just entering into the Novo chicane now. That goes to show you how far Alexander is. Alexander's going to be on his boat right now, spraying champagne, while the other drivers are still driving around the track there. Pixel, yes, as you said, got to catch it, but unfortunately, those 3 seconds penalties. Pixel.
Oh, Julius DNFs.
Oh, not on the last lap.
Julius DNFs in the tunnel. Shaka's going to get him. Shaka's already over the line, in fact. Oh, I wonder how this is going to work out then. Shaka has crossed the line.
Yeah, we're going to see in a second, won't we?
Does that mean he's not going to be able to pass Julius now then? Because
I think it was Lavi.
Julius has DNF'd on that before.
It depends, yeah, because the leaders are crossed. Tranquilo is the only one yet to cross the line, so that's it. So the Ferrari crosses the line. What you see is what you get. It should do it any second now. There it is. And there's our race leader, the Williams.
So yeah, as you say, absolutely dominant performance from Alexander here today. Unbelievable how quick he was, and just how quickly he's able to get that gap at the beginning of the race and then hold it and extend it.
Yeah, he is the king of Monaco. And that is, he could pony your way all the way to the podium, my friend. You deserved that one. Wow. Well, it's the one that the drivers all want to win. That's, tick that one. We know all the other races like Belgium and all that sort of jazz, but obviously to have Monte Carlo in your trophy cabinet is another feat. Well, he did it in absolutely style, didn't he? He got the trifecta. He got all three. Did everything he could possibly do. Just the 2 pit stops as well. Started on the softs to the mediums and then did the softs at the end just to get the fastest lap, even though he didn't need to. If you'd like to read through those results.
It was tight, though. That battle for the fastest lap, very tight. Owen just behind him. There's 1/10 between it.
Yeah, he did, actually. I noticed that towards the end now. I'm just trying to... You want to go through those results for us, please?
Yeah, so we have Alexander then taking a dominant victory here today. Lavi Fasoli coming in second position. Pixel not quite enough to steal that second position from Lavi, finishes in third. Owen, who's challenging for the fastest lap there at the end, finishes in fourth. Tranquilo, Danny, and Kimi are the next 2 drivers down there. In eighth position, we have Pineapple. Julius, who DNF'd on the very last lap there, able to keep that position ahead of Shaka, who rounds out the top 10.
Yes, and I would love to be able to hear from these drivers for an interview for sure. So, yes, let's don't go anywhere. We'll go to the interview screen, but we're going to mute just for a minute, guys. I'm not sure you even have any music or something. Perhaps go to back to a starting soon screen for a second. We need to hear some music. You guys have been absolute champions down there as well in the Twitch chat. You'll be down for a cheeky interview if you all want. For sure there, Mr. Pixel. You were on the podium. So, of course, you... Oh, I'm muted. So don't go anywhere, guys. Back in just a minute for some interviews. Well, we're back. And we're back here in Monte Carlo, and what a crazy race it was. But it was a great race, actually. Not as many DNFs as you'd expect for a lot of these drivers, which is a difficult thing to do, but it is what it is, and it's a fantastic result, obviously, for the Williams driver of Alexandra. Lavi will get that P2 for the Merck team, and Pixel, who I'm sure some of these guys want an interview. We did see in the chat there that Pixel's down for a cheeky interview if he wants. What a cheeky lad.
Yeah, let's start with him then, shall we?
Yeah, let's start with the cheekiest of cheekiest, Pixels. There we
Hello,
go.
Pixel. Welcome to the commentary booth. So P3 today, not quite enough to get that P2, but you were catching quite well at the end there. How was that for you?
Well, I would like to preface this by saying I had literally 5 laps of TT practice for this. I haven't driven Monaco since launch day. But I just love Monaco, so I said I'd do the race if that was alright with Dragon. He said yeah, so I hopped in. Yeah, I screwed up all my quali laps. I broke my swing every time. So that wasn't a good sign, but yeah, it turned out to be a pretty easy drive to P3. I was like, on raw pace, I could have had P2, but it took me a while to get, to have the confidence to push a bit more, and never really properly pushed. Because I hadn't practiced, as I said, so I don't want to, bounce a curb wrong or, downshift in a weird way into a corner or anything, trying to find more speed and put it in the wall. Looked like a massive tit, so yeah, it's pretty happy with how it went.
And not to mention your team ran out of front wings as well too, so if you did have to box again, you probably
there's that too. But I gloriously represented Seba 5. Brought him home the cheeky podium he deserved but never got.
All this cheek and tongue. Well, I'll tell you what, for a cheeky man getting a podium, that's not something too cheeky, was it?
It's a cheeky podium, isn't it?
It was, and you only boxed once, just like the other drivers that were ahead of you. So, I mean, essentially all three on the podium only boxed the one time, just apart from Alexander, who had such a gap, he just took the gamble to get the fastest lap, so why not, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's the, like, in Monaco, just keep it out of the walls and you'll finish somewhere decent. Like, it's pretty much that simple.
And, well, Pixel, I wanted to tell you, too, as well, that I did mention, and I keep saying, and you should probably bring that up in the leagues, there should be points awarded to the drivers that did not get any penalties. Where you did actually get a penalty, they're just the one, even though I think the driver just up ahead. But that was an early penalty too, I believe, right? So you knew that even if you managed to catch... if you did catch Lavi, do you think you could force him into a penalty at that point? Yeah.
Well, my idea was to, because I knew realistically I wouldn't quite catch him or pass him, so my idea was try and get close to him and put the pressure on, and maybe he picks up 2, and then I get the P2. Like, if I caught him with 1 or 2 laps, I was never going to go for the move, because that would just be brain dead, and I have the penalty anyway. So it was more just try and exert pressure, because I'm sure you would have seen the gap coming down lap after lap. So
yeah, he knew it was also going to be difficult to overtake. And one thing I also noticed in this race that I wanted to ask you guys about, there was a lot of drivers that were overlapped. I think if you actually look at some of the drivers, we had all the way down, I think, to the McLaren driver that finished or something like that. There were 2 laps and 1 laps down. You guys were battling a lot with a lot of blue flags.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, but you do, like, no disrespect to tier 3 or the tier 3 drivers, but particularly in lower tiers, you just get that. Like, normal tracks, it's not really a thing, but Monaco, it's such a division of skill and preparation.
Doesn't it throw you off, but when you're trying to follow your line, your guide, and all of a sudden there's a car there, you're ghosting through it? I mean, that's got to hurt, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, it does definitely make it hard to pick out your references, and I think you could see that when I was chasing down, or trying to chase down P2, you know, it would swing big one way, and then it would swing big the other way, just from the traffic.
It did, but you bring it home. And that was important, and you had a lot of fun. That's what it sounded like. You had a lot of cheeky fun as well, starting in P6 and making your way into the podium.
Cheek. The way the C's parted after turn 1 was just chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. And you're Irish too, as well, if I'm not mistaken. Or you're driving on the Irish flag?
Yeah, I'm Irish.
I could barely hear your. What is it with you guys? I got. You know, Boosted's like not a very thick Scottish accent. You don't have a very thick Irish accent as well.
Well, I'm from the Midlands in Ireland, which is a particularly flat and mild accent. Like, if I was from somewhere else in Ireland, you would definitely hear it.
Well, I've been to Dublin, and you don't sound like that thick Dublin accent that I would be used to.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
Scum.
Hey, I just stayed there for 6 months for work, okay? So that's all. Then,
yeah, it's the worst part of Ireland, but, you know.
Most likely, it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't get to see them. Well, I'm crashing on your sofa then, mate. Next time I'm in that area.
Hi, Pog.
Thank you very much, Pixel. So any questions to Pixel Boosted before we let him go?
Yeah, no, I think we covered all the bases. No, but congratulations on a strong performance, and well deserved P3 today.
Cheers, bud.
All right. Who's next on the hit list of the commentary hit list? We got Lavi, obviously our race winner. Anybody else that would like to? I mean, I wouldn't want to hear him from Tranquilo, even if he's around. Owen, they finished in P4, P5. They were in great battles there.
Yeah, we can let's have a chat with Owen next, shall we?
Yeah. Drag him in, pull him in by the scruff of the neck. Oatster, Owen,
and in he comes.
Red Bull started in P3, but finished in P4. How was your race?
Yes, that was how my race was. Yes, I mean, coming out of turn 1, the guy next to me the guy in front of me just turns right. Don't know what else to talk about that one. He just said he wasn't paying attention. And I feel like if you do that in Monaco, you kill everyone around you. So
you say turn 1, you turn right. I think that's where you're supposed to turn, isn't it?
No, I mean on the straight after the right turn. If you find yourself a time to jump on your iPad and look in tier 3 chat and just find the clip at the start, you'll see what I mean. But yeah, I had to pit after lap 1, and then it was just a consistency thing on working my way up. And then I think I caught up to Kimmy in Turkey. Kimmy's fun. I went for a move on Turkey, and I don't think he saw me on his left, so I got tapped into the wall again. And just any sort of wing damage on this game is just undrivable, especially around Monaco. And then at the end I did an extra pit stop to try and beat Alex's time.
Yeah, you almost
So I
did.
was
1/10, mate.
Just a 10th off.
You got
yeah.
the fastest third sector, and not to mention, we got. You guys can't really see that on the moment on the screen, but I'm seeing. But Owen did finish in P4, but he took 5 pit stops. You have to remember that 5 pit stops. Now the other guys up ahead only took 1 stop each, and of our race leader took the extra. So you take out that 23 seconds pit stops and the extra top on that. That's a 40-odd second gap to the leader.
Yeah.
That would have been
It
definitely close.
Yeah, it would have been very close. It's just unlucky, innit? That's what I was saying to Danny. He hadn't pitted yet. I was within a pit stop, and then 3 pit stops out, and then I got back within a pit stop again. So I had good pace, I think. Yeah.
You totally
I
did.
mean, even with the carnage at the very start there on the first corner, like you did incredibly well to drive that recovery drive all the way back up to 4th, and as you say, even encountering some more incidents as you went up as well. It's still a very commanding drive to get back up to that 4th position.
Yeah. Well, we knew he had the pace because you just missed down the fastest lap too towards the end.
Yep.
Alex is just good, isn't he? He had clean air, and I don't know. I don't think I could have done much better that lap. I just had Kim in front of me at the start of the lap, so I kind of just, didn't know if he was going to get up there or not, but he did, which is good. But yeah, Alex is just very good, and I mean, he was just dominant from the start when I didn't get my quali lap in, he got his in, and just the consistency from him is just really good, so he's looking good for this season.
Alex was a machine around Monaco, that's for sure. Definitely. He got the trifecta. He was just untouchable. However, it is one race, for sure. And it's good to see you getting points there for the Red Bull team, yourself with Danny in P6. Danny started in P14, made his way up to P6. You dropped just that one place, but still, that one. It's a long season and points are points, and that's what we want to see. It's unfortunate we do see some of those drivers do give up for some reason. I don't know why. They're so close. I mean, bring the car home, you've got points, but somehow against people just get a little frustrated.
It's consistency in it. I mean, if you lose motivation, I know a lot of people probably would have paused retired after they got killed and so on, like I did. But you might as well just go for it, man. As I DNF last week after getting killed. Just go for it, and see what happens.
Yeah, well, at the end of the season, you may come back and regret that if you're battling in the championship and just a couple of points between you and another driver. You might go, damn it, why didn't I just finish? If I finished that race, that 2 points would mean I've won the championship. Well, let's hope that doesn't have to occur with some of the drivers, but it may. I'll let you go, Mr. Owenster. Who owning the Red Bull #1 driver in the seat so far anyway, beating his teammate Danny. So, yeah, let you go, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's have a chat with Danny then.
Back to the other Red Bull driver. Danny, welcome along. P14 to P6. What a drive to survive. How was that?
Yeah, it was all right, I guess. But he just pretty much did the same thing I did last race. It was a lap down last race, though. Actually, no, it was a lap down today. 2 laps down.
2 laps,
yeah, it was
yes.
Still a good result for the team. We've managed to get, 20 points, I think it is? Yeah, 20 points. So, I think that's better than any other finishes the season.
We were just discussing this before you came in when we were chatting to Owen there, and saying how crucial it is, especially in a race like Monaco as well, to basically stick at it no matter how dodgy you feel your race might be going, how many incidents you might be involved in. It's always worth just sticking it out to the end because you never know where you're going to end up, and that's a classic example of it. A good points haul for the team today, and decent finishing positions for both of you.
Yeah, I did have front wing damage from lap 12 or 13, and I thought I'm just going to it wasn't crucial wing damage that I needed to pit with it, but I thought I'd run it out until I have to pit for softs. When I pit for the softs, that's when the wing damage decided to go for red, and I had no front wing for a lap, so I then pit for the mediums, and I lost. I was in P5 at the time. I lost the place to Tranquilo, but still had a 1 minute gap to the guy behind, so
it showed me
still managed to get P6.
In the telemetry you did I don't know if it's correct. 32 laps on the softs. That can't be possible, is it? No, that's wrong. That's my telemetry. There's not even that many laps in the race.
Definitely wrong.
Yeah, there you go. So don't worry about that. Yeah, so I was just looking at it because you went medium, soft, and mediums. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You did hang on to the mediums for quite a considerable length of time, though. I think longer than most of the other drivers.
28, if I'm mistaken,
Yep.
at the start.
Yeah.
With
Since the start until lap 28.
with the damage as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I had a gap that was more than 10 seconds behind consistently on towards the end of the medium stint. So I thought there's no point pitting now. I can kind of gain back that time when I do pit, but I still had like 50 seconds to P6 or 7, so I was like, well, I don't have to worry now. I can just pit whenever I like.
Pretty much every driver on the track
Was-
at that point had that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to pit lap 26 for an undercut. I thought I'm just going to bring it out even longer because my softs were, I had done like an outlap in quali and damaged my front wing on it, so I had 2% or 3% worn on them, so they weren't fresh. So yeah, I decided to just stick it out and did 3 laps on the soft and went back on the mediums again.
And you guys were tucked up yourself and your teammate. I saw quite a bit there. The Red Bulls, you guys were running around, what, P4, P5, somewhere along there. The only kind of threat I think you guys had was the Ferrari driver, Tranquillo. That was kind of, I guess, that battle that you guys were kind of like working together on. I'm not sure if that was something that you were chatting about, but it was just that Ferrari that kind of split you guys at the end of the day. Yeah.
I don't think we were really discussing it. It was.
Okay.
I was just thinking, hopefully I can keep in front of him, but I didn't. So, yeah.
But you bring your car
Owen's
home.
still-
You got to remember, you started P14, mate. So I mean, the Ferrari driver started
Yeah.
in P2. That's a bit of a difference in Monaco of how many cars you had to leapfrog, which is something else, you know. And you also got the driver of the day, I believe, as well, from Cody's.
Oh. Yeah.
So, there you go.
Yeah. I was thinking Owen nearly had a similar situation where he ended up crashing in the first lap and being like last, and then coming back to finish ahead of me. So Red Bull team of the day, you know.
The Red Bull were, for sure. I mean, obviously, Williams were the team to beat today, but you did it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Danny. Once again, another driver that doesn't have a thick Irish accent as well, just like your teammate, for some reason.
Oh.
I don't know why, but it's
Well,
not.
Owen isn't Irish.
I cut. What?
Pixel's Irish.
Yeah, Pixel. Sorry, I mean Pixel, your teammate. Sorry. No, Pixel's not your teammate. I'm all confused, yeah. Yeah, sorry.
Owen's my
It's been a long race, okay? We're sweating up here in the commentary box. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much, man, and yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
I think we'd hear from our race leader, I think now, Alexandra, because I want to
let's
hear
pull him in.
how,
Race leader and
well-
fastest lap sitter and Paul at start as well. So congratulations, first off.
yeah, Alexander, mate. Shout it out. Monaco, baby. Yeah, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the best track to win on. Especially with the Grand Slam. Win, pole, and fastest lap. It's amazing.
The trifecta, my friend. Well, explain how all this race went from you, how to do it better than anybody else.
Yeah, so I had my first 2 quali laps. I got blocked on both of them, so didn't get my lap in. But then I was on a fly on my last lap, and it put me 7 tenths ahead of Tranquillo, I think. So that was amazing lap, and it felt really good. And then, my first view of the race was to just stay out in front and don't get caught up. Because if I have a empty track ahead of me, the race will get so much easier. I got a good start. Tranquillo and Owen had a moment, and I think by lap 5 I was already 9 or 10 seconds ahead of the guy behind me. So from then on, it was just saving tires. At the end, I went for the fastest lap on the softs, and it all worked out for me.
We figured that. I was on board with you because I think we were discussing on the country box what we boosted, the gap that you had, like 40-something seconds. It's an easy peasy in and out. And then, I know one thing in the back of the mind would have been, look, you know what? I have the pole. I have the win. The one thing I don't have is the fastest lap. So you went there and you did, and you got the fastest lap on the second lap of the softs. And then you're like, it's not quick enough. So you went even quicker and got the 109 flat.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really pushing for that fastest lap. So because I didn't know if anyone behind me would have pitted again, because I knew there were big gaps behind me. So I thought maybe Danny or Owen was going to steal it from me. But so I went for it.
Owen certainly tried his best to. I think it was 1/10 was the gap at the end of that. Owen did try his best to take that away from you, but yeah, you just managed to hold it in there. Was there any point at all when you were going for those fastest laps that you thought to yourself, maybe I should just chill out? I'm in the lead. I've got this huge gap. Maybe I should just bring it home and avoid risking any damage, basically, or were you just supremely confident in the zone? Knew what you had to do and just felt it. The time was right.
Yeah, I was in the zone, you know. I was when you get into that momentum on this track, you nail every single corner, and like the whole race was from lap 5 and on. I felt so comfortable with the track, so I was even pushing after my fastest lap I set on the 9th lap, but I didn't. Yeah, the tires were gone, so I didn't get it. So yeah, I was really comfortable with the car and the tires. So I used to, yeah.
I
used to
think
push.
Boosted called that one perfectly. That was like you and the track were at one. It's basically like you are the Neo in the Matrix. Somehow you're just reading the code of the Monaco circuit. It was just flowing. We watched you as we went on board, didn't we, Boosted? The way you're slingshotting that car around, even on those worn mediums towards the end, you were just like, we could see that that you know, you were putting the car in the right direction. The tires are like trying to argue with you, but you still got it. At that point, we were actually getting a little bit worried, going, you've got to start thinking about boxing there now because you know, at that point, last thing you can afford to do right now is DNF after dominating that. And you did. So, yeah, that's I've felt that before in Monaco in my years of racing. And, yeah, it doesn't, like, when you're approaching those corners at high speed and one little tiny slip, one little tiny mistake, and it's all over. But you just didn't have to worry about that. You were connected all the way, zoned completely in. I'd say that's fantastic racing. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, I was thinking if you like, I got told that if you get light green damage, you box because you're going to lose so much time. But I didn't hit the wall a single time, and I'm kind of excited about that as well. I thought I was going to hit the wall at least 10 times, but yeah, I kept it away from the wall, so I'm really happy with that.
That is, that's textbook perfection on how to drive around Monaco. So, I mean, you could do that in Tier 2 and Tier 1 and most likely probably win those races again. Go for the trifecta, actually. Go for all tiers and win all three. I don't know.
Yeah, six of six.
Fastest
Fastest lap pole and win three different races.
Exactly. I think if anybody could do it, certainly Alex can. Even though it's a Tier 3, that was a drive of any esports level that I've seen.
Yeah, you can call me Arnott if you want. No problem.
We'll let you go celebrate the champagne, mate. That trophy is the one I said, like the driver's favourites. You got to get that. You want to get the Spa in there. You want to get Silverstone, and you've got the Monaco.
Yeah.
So, yep, add that one to your trophy connection. Yeah, mate, it feels good. It felt good for us to watch that. And you know what? Drivers deserve it when they put the effort in. Some of those tracks work brilliantly for some of those drivers, and this is definitely one of yours. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations again, man. Good drive. Very dominant.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that'll be it. I think for the interviews, because after that we need to lay down, right? Isn't that what they say?
Oh yeah,
that's what the crofty says. After that fantastic race, I think we need to lay down. Yeah, Boosted, mate, you've done a fantastic job. I have to actually go back and rewatch the start of the race because I unfortunately had to step away, but you got it covered.
Yeah, quite a bit of carnage in the very first corner there, but things seemed to settle down a little bit after that, and then it was just a case of guys just trying to keep it clean, really trying to keep it off the wall, stay consistent, and it was just a game of who can keep it the cleanest, really.
And you have to go to Monaco for your driving soon as well. So are you looking forward to that after seeing? Maybe he'll be on the phone calling Alexander and saying, Alexander, can I get some pointers?
Yeah, I'm going to need a lot of coaching, I think. I mean, certainly if the practices are anything to go by, like what I was saying before, this is really not an easy track this year. It's so much more difficult than what we've seen in the previous games. So, killer curbs, tight corners, and what feels like a dustier track somehow. So traction not quite as strong maybe as what we're perhaps used to. So, yeah, it's one of those where, you know, as we've seen today, it's all about just keeping it clean, trying to stay consistent, and making the most of any situation you come across, really.
Yep. And on top of it, exactly what Alexander had said, I think the key is, and the key phrase would be, get in the zone and stay in the zone. And Monaco will be your friend. So that's it from Boosted. Fantastic, mate. Thank you very much for joining me in commentary box. Good luck to your racing. Hopefully we'll be chatting again in the booth. We can relax. We'll have some ice cream down there on that multi-million-dollar 2S yacht for sure. Yeah. We'll party it up with all the other drivers. And fantastic. A lot of drivers did finish the race, which was great. I've seen a lot less in some of the leagues that I've been doing this week with drivers that are also some of the best in the world. So anything is possible in Monaco. Anything has been proven impossible in Monaco. And Alexander has done that. The Williams on the top step, dominating the trifecta. Thank you very much from Boosted and myself, Biggles, here at 2S F1. That X season, the 10th season, Tier 3, and Round 3 is over. Look, next week, same time for the same tier as well as the other ones. Good night, everybody.